Welcome to CKLA Knowledge 5, Lesson 2, The Maya, Journey to Baakal. Our purpose for listening today is we want to be able to explain the importance of farming to the ancient Maya. We also want to identify and explain important aspects of the religion of the ancient Maya people. Listen carefully to understand the word thrilled. Can you say thrilled? Remember that in our last read aloud, we were introduced to a Mayan boy named Kanal and his family. Do you remember how the Maya got their food? Both farming and fishing. The most important crop to the Maya people was maize or corn. Maya people depended on their extended family when they needed help. Let's talk about where we are. Right now, we live on the continent of North America. Our stories right now are teaching us all about the Mayan people. The Maya people lived in Mexico and Central America in and around the Yucatan Peninsula. In today's story, Kanal and his family will travel to a city called Baakal. In today's read aloud, you will hear more about the Maya civilization, including their way of life and religion. Remember that religion helps people in a civilization understand things that happen in the world. The Mayan civilization, all with different people and city states, worshipped different gods. In our story today, you will hear about a god that Kanal and his family give thanks to. Listen carefully as Kanal and his family go on a trip. Try to remember where they go and why they go there. Luckily, although the winds of the hurricane were very noisy, the storm did not damage Kanal's home very much at all. A week after the hurricane, Toon announced to his family this was the largest crop of maize our field has ever given us. The god of maize has been good to our people. Your mother and I have decided that all of us should go to Baakal for the festival of the first star to thank him. Now that we have enough food, I want to offer thanks at the great temple for the good things the gods have done for us. Well, you can imagine the excitement. Kanal's sister, Ikla, couldn't stay still. She kept rushing back and forth between her mother and father, hugging each of them. Their mother, Shaniel, was the most delighted of all. She told them, "Wait until you see Baakal. There is no other place like it," they say, except of course for Pa, the greatest city in the world. But I have seen Baakal, and I cannot imagine any place more wonderful. The children knew that their mother had seen Baakal twice before, once with her parents and once with Toon. Going there was a special occasion because Baakal was so far away. It did not take them long to prepare because their extended family members would make sure that everything at home would be all right while they were away. Early the next morning, they all set out. Pick's brothers and sisters, who were too young to make such a long trip, stayed behind with their mother. But Pick and his father Zook joined Kanal's family and they all entered canoes at the riverside. These canoes had been made by cutting down and hollowing out great trees from the forest. The paddles noisily slid through the water. They were all used to traveling this way to other nearby villages. But this time, thought Kanal as they moved away from the shore, we are going all the way to Baakal. It took them 3 days to reach Baakal. At night, they stopped at other villages, dragging their canoes ashore so they would not drift away. Overnight, The six of them stayed with other extended family who would also provide them with food for the night and the next day. At about noon on the third day, the river brought them out from among the trees onto an enormous flat plain. Kanal, Pick, and Ekal had never seen such a giant space without forest covering it. The two fathers, knowing this, stopped paddling so the young people could just stare. Toon told them many rivers flow into this plain and right through it. On the far side, some of them join into a mighty river that flows all the way to the great water. By this he meant the ocean, which none of them had ever seen. They resumed their paddling, and a few hours later, Zook called out in excitement, "Look, Baakal!" He pointed off in the distance, and the others strained to see what he saw. They could just make out high, bright red towers. They were all thrilled. But to Toon, the best part of the moment was hearing the excitement of his brother's voice, for Zook rarely let himself get excited. A few more hours brought them to the very edge of the great city. As they came closer, more and more canoes and other boats crowded onto the river from the other streams and tributaries. That is, smaller rivers that joined into the big one. By the time they reached Baakal, the water was covered with people in boats, and there were just as many people approaching on nearby roads. Baakal was everything their parents had said it was. Pick called back over his shoulder to Kanal, "I can hardly wait to see it all." Shanil, Kanal's mother, laughed, "We will be lucky to see even a part of it. There is so much to see." Toon, grabbing the end of the canoe as he waded through the water toward the shore, said, "Tomorrow we will see the greatest towers for ourselves. Then you will truly know the wonder of Baakal." Why did Kanal and his family travel to the Mayan city of Baakal? Think about that. Have a discussion with your friends and teachers. Thanks for learning with me today.